Update 7.2 confirmed is coming next week to Marvel Strike Force. What do you need to do right now to get ready for it? We also have a milestone event that got a lot easier for a lot of players to complete. And there's 2 new milestones to complete in the game right now. One is pretty easy. The other is very whaley. Which is the one you should push for and which is the one that you should be skipping? We're catching you on the rest of all the latest in Marvel Strike Force. If you're ready for that, then you know what to do, Valley Club. Find that like button and let's go smash it.
ValleyFlyin.
Hello, Valley Club. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I'm ValleyFlyin. Hope you're having a great day. In this video, we're talking all about update 7.2, everything that we know so far in this update, and the milestones. 1 that got a lot easier to complete, 2 that are in the game right now, 1 you should be pushing for, 1 maybe not. We're going to talk all about that in this video. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button for more great Marvel Strike Force content. There's at least 5 Marvel Strike Force videos per week on this channel in a normal week, but at the end of the week, I'm going on vacation till the 5th of July, and I am bringing my computer, bringing everything I need, but not sure of the timing on that, if I'm going to be able to record videos, get them out, post them and everything. So we may be on a little bit of a hiatus for a few weeks, but normally at least 5 videos per week on this channel. But let's get into this blog post here that came out last night. It is about a few different topics. First, this is a bug that's causing Abomination to become invisible, untargetable in Cosmic Crucible, and the team is working to complete this issue. Now, in our battles in Cosmic Crucible today, I did not see any Abominations on defense, so I was not able to test this. And our own Abominations is on defense. So I was not able to see this firsthand if this is still broken or if it's working. Let me know in the comments, though, if you have fought an Abomination in this Crucible, if it's still broken or if it's working right now. Second, and this is where we get the confirmation of the date 7.2 is coming. An attempt to fix a bug causing player screen to auto scroll did not fix the issue. They released a separate update, 7.1 point something, did not work. It's still scrolling up and down. You still have a calendar that is erroneously just popping up all the time. There's some other issues in the game. The ISO 8 having to click the button 3 times instead of just spending 100 energy. Hopefully all of that stuff is fixed in version 7.2, and that is going to be released next week. So hopefully I can cover a lot of what's going down next week. But yeah, that is coming next week. And we have June 21st, the date that 7.2 is being targeted for release. Now, sometimes they do push things back, so this date could change, and they do have themselves covered by saying targeted for release on June 21st, but that is when we can expect it. Next week, Wednesday, is when they're targeting for the update 7.2. So we still have a lot to learn about this update, so this should be a pretty juicy blog post coming up on Friday. Next, the 3rd, the weekly blog post listed update to the raid rewards incorrectly. The rewards in the blog listed as end of season rewards were actually rewards for completing incursion raids at 30% and higher. This was for alliances that work together to tackle a new raid and we've been rewarded for their efforts. The season ending rewards should have been listed T4 ability materials. The rewards were correct at launch and continue to be the correct in game right now. So it was listed wrong on the blog post, but it should be correct in game, and hopefully the rewards that everybody receives is actually the correct ones in game. All right, there is a minor text update to super-skrull's passive ability. And this is kind of a nerf to what was listed, but they say this is no change to the function, just to make it clear on what the original intent was. So I know some people are complaining that he got nerfed already, but because he was not already in the game with a kit, if they buff and nerf things beforehand, I think that's not as bad. But yeah, this is they say it's just a text change, and what's going to happen once per turn. So previously is when an enemy is attacked with exposed, but this once per turn now to make it even more clear. So if you're having some ISO 8 attacks that do multiple attacks, only going to happen once. This character attacks all enemies for 5% of this character's max health and bury this character's for 5% of this character's max health. So once per turn this is happening, not multiple times per turn. It's a text change, no, not a function change, right? And finally, the team listened to the community's feedback for the monthly item for the Stone Cold Koozie. It was very difficult to obtain. You had to spend a lot of power cores. I was not sure. I was just kind of going at it because this was supposed to be a meta item that should be normally pretty easy to obtain. But as I got to the last day, I noticed I was short. So I did spend a bunch of power cores to get that koozie. A 40,000 points meta item will be worth added to the upcoming Pride event. More on the details in this blog post, and it should be noted that the 40,000 extra points associated with KORG month-long milestone event they said it's going to be very easy to complete for that milestone. So they say they appreciate your patience as they work to resolve all these issues. As it's not listed here, but as usual, everything in this blog post is subject to change here, guys. Let's go in game right now. So this KORG's Intergalactic Tour, if you did miss that koozie, well, you can still get those points and still complete all these orbs. But there's a couple events going on in the game right now. We have this Tough Crowds milestone. We have this Family Bedrock milestone. We're gonna talk about this Family Bedrock milestone first. And the way to complete this, well, you need to open training orbs. You need to battle in your war. Now with wars, there is a limit, 30,000 point limit here. So there's only so much that you get for war. What you need to shoot for though, you go to this milestone, you got to go all the way down to right here. Milestone 21, 75,000 points. And that is this Nini Nani tribute. That is this meta item that you need to push for. So to get that, you can score points battling in war. 30,000 points there. You also have these training orbs you could get more points by opening training orbs that you have in your inventory. And there's also a web milestone associated with this where you have to spend power cores. So we're going to go over all those calculations on this. Let's go to the calculations for this. So the Family Bedrock, milestone 21, 75,000 points. Your war attacks, you can max them out at 30,000 points. So if you're doing all of your war attacks, 30,000 points. And if you're spending no power cores on the web milestones, there's going to be a 45,000 point difference to get that meta item, which is 36 training orbs that you would need to open to get that meta item. That is with no power cores spent. You're spending 200 power cores a day. That'll get you some of these items. And I think that's pretty realistic to spend 200 power cores a day. You want to really push it, 350 power cores. You can do that per day. 800 per day is pretty ridiculous, actually, if you're doing that for all 7 days. But if there's a few days that you're pushing for these 800 and then the other days you're spending very little, that is something that you could do as well. So there's a lot of different ways that you could calculate this. But let's say you're just spending your 200 power cores per day. That is 3,600 points that you could score per day. A little over 25,000 points you're going to get during the life of this 7-day event. That is a little over 19,000 points difference to get that meta item. And that is 16 training orbs that you're going to need to open if you're spending those 200 power cores a day. But if you're going for the next milestone on those web milestones, 350 power cores per day, that's going to give you 5,700 points per day, a little over 39,000 points for that towards the milestones. That is a 5,100 point difference to get that meta item. That is 5 training orbs there. And of course, if you're spending more power cores and maybe doing some of those 800 and some of those days and then going down to 200s, you get some of those orbs there, some of these dark dimension orbs. You can do that as well. And maybe you have to open no training orbs, but that is the calculations for this Family Bedrock event. Looks to be a very easy event if you're just shooting for this meta item. If you want to shoot for some of these other items here, some of these KORG shards to get it high on these ranking rewards, you can do that, but you're going to have to open more of those power cores there. Let's move on to this next item here, or this next milestone, this Tough Crowds milestone. Now, the thing about this one, there's no meta item here. So if you totally skip this, you're not screwing yourself for the month-long meta item, but there is some pretty good rewards here. But is it worth pushing all these power cores, all this stuff to get some of this stuff? Now, to score in this, you would need to spend ISO 8 campaign energy. If you're doing those refreshes, it will give you some points to the web milestones for that Family Bedrock event. So it is kind of overlapping. You also can earn these Tough Crowd milestone points here. You can earn those from different things. You can earn those from those free claims. I'm not going to calculate those in the event. And with the last event as well, there are going to be free claims for the Family Bedrock. So it could actually be easier opening those full 5 training orbs, but I'm not calculating any of those because they're not guaranteed. We got a certain amount on the first day, but that could go up or down or be nothing on the subsequent days. So not calculating any of those free claims, not for this one either. But the way we're going to get this is spending ISO 8 energy, waiting with the new words in Cosmic Crucible. Now, some players have all 5 of these new words unlocked, and you're going to be able to score with all those 5. If you have the original new words in Death Pool, Cloak, Dagger at 5 stars, 6 stars, or 7 stars, you're going to be able to score even more points. Let's go break down these milestones, guys. So for these Tough Crowds, there's no meta item, but the top 15, you will get the Doc Ock costume. There's some of those phase bits included in the milestones. The rest of the phase bits are included in the ranking reward. So this first set of phase bits is at milestone 20. For that, you're going to need to get 42,000 points, which, to be honest, guys, is going to be pretty tough to get. You need 10,000 points for that costume, and you're going to get that if you score within the top 15% as well. But to get those additional 4,000, you're going to need to score a lot. Those 42,000 points be very tough to get. Let's see how you get those. So for those 42,000 points, ISO 8 energy, if you're doing your 50 core refreshes, that is going to get you a little over 3,200 points per day, a little over 16,000 points over the course of 5 days. And if you're doing all your wins with your new warriors, you have the new warrior 5, that's going to be a little over 1,800 points. And for the total, if you get all your ISO 8 refreshes, you're doing your 50 core refreshes, and you're doing your battles with the 5 new warriors, doing 3 crucible battles, that's going to give you a total of 18,000 points. And that is if you don't have the new warriors 3 at least 5 stars. Now, if you do have the new warriors 3 at least 5 stars, that's going to give you an additional 2,200 points. You have them at 6 stars, 4,500 points, and at 7 stars, an additional 9,000 points. So if you have them, the new warriors 3 at 7 stars, the rest of the new warriors not at 5 star yet, and you spend your 50 core ISO 8 energy, that is going to get you 33,825 points. So if you want to get this silver phase bits, you're going to have to spend 1,678 ISO 8 energy per day for that costume. And that is assuming that you have all 5 new warriors unlocked and the new warriors 3 at 7 stars. So this is a pretty grindy event. I wouldn't recommend pushing for this one. I would just recommend on this event, just spending your normal ISO 8 energy and just getting whatever you get for this one. Because yeah, even if you push, even if you're spending your 50 core refresher, you're still not going to get that costume. So that is how these milestones break down. I would push for the meta item for that first family bedrock event. For the tough crowd though, I would probably skip this. I would just do whatever you're going to spend on ISO 8 regardless and get whatever items, whatever extra items you can. I probably wouldn't be pushing for this unless you're going to go all the way. You need a lot of spending a lot of ISO 8 energy. And if that is worth it for you for that Doc Ock costume, you know what you need to spend. But that is it for today. I will see you guys next time. Good luck with these events and have a great rest of your day. Hulk Fist Bump ValleyFlyin out. I'll see you guys next time.